Miller.
Once again with Christian Miller taking him down.
Here's college football playoff national champion Christian Miller on Tide 100.9 and 12:30 a.m. WTBC.
And welcome into this Talkin' Tuesday edition of the Miller's Edge. Tide 100.9, 12:30 WTBC. Hope you guys are doing well, ready for another day right here on the show, talking some good old sports talk. We're right around the corner from training camp, plenty of football that we'll dive into, plenty of things that I've seen scrolling on my X feed as I do pretty much every day, trying to see what is happening in the sports world. And Chase, I think we got a few things we can dive into, at least start there. Talking Tuesday, of course, you guys are the co-hosts. We put you guys in that chair, so we'd love to get your thoughts on whatever that might be. 205-342-9904. We always appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And don't forget, you can do that on our streams at the Miller's Edge on YouTube, on X, or on the Tide 100.9 Facebook page. We're pretty much all over the place these days. And, of course, Tide 100.9. You still dial us up on the radio or the global app, the Tide 100.9 app that you can download for free in the Apple App Store, Google Play Store, or wherever you get your podcasts if you're going to want to go back and listen to the show later on. I know some folks don't always have time during their lunch breaks. Totally fine, but we appreciate you going back and listening. So appreciate all you guys tuning in and supporting what we're doing. That said, Chase, a couple of topics I definitely want to talk about. I know Coach DeBoer did sit down for another interview as training camp is quickly approaching us, and he was asked a number of things. I know one thing that really stood out was he actually addressed the big comment regarding his answer to the question about his legacy being defined by winning a national championship, which no shocker here. He pretty much said what I have been saying, at least the way I interpreted it. He kind of confirmed that was like where his answer came from. So we'll play that and respond to that. But I don't know if you had a chance to see that, but I saw it pop up on X. Matter of fact, Dwight had tagged us in it. So we'll play that clip and listen to it. But again, it really was kind of what we've been discussing here on the show. I think that was Friday. We really dove into that whole thing. We talked about the disrespect, and clearly people have been misinterpreting that answer. I really think they misinterpreted the whole question, right? Because the question was his legacy, like how it will be defined given, what he, achieves while he's here as a head coach. And then it just, the media did what the media sometimes does, which I'm a part of the media, so I don't want to talk too bad about the media. But you know how how I can go, Chase. Sometimes things can be misconstrued, taken the wrong way, and then people run with it, or they hear it a certain way, or they have selective hearing sometimes. That might be the case. It seems like they have a Coach DeBoer sometimes. And they run with it, or they misinterpret it, and then it just becomes something that it really was never intended to be. So I want to talk about that. And then outside of Alabama and the SEC, just taking a quick trip up north to Big Ten country, there's some news regarding some jersey patches, Chase, that I don't know if you got to see this morning, but it looks like Ohio State locked themselves in a nice, pretty good deal to have a jersey patch, not only for their football uniforms, but all uniforms for all sports, I believe. And let's just say it's definitely going to rake in some really good money. And I would imagine it's probably going to have Greg Burns' wheels churning a little bit, seeing the potential that you can have when it comes to some of these. I'm not saying new ideas because we've seen it in various other sports, but in terms of the college sports world, haven't really seen much of this. Of course, we've been seeing it over the offseason, people starting to lean into this, right? Finding more ways to raise more money. I was listening to an interview with Kyle Whittingham earlier on the Rich Eisen show, and he just was talking about just how NIL pretty much is growing 30-40% annually. Insane, right? But you got to find a way to keep up. We're talking about recruiting, which Alabama's on a hot start with 2028. But in order to sustain that and to not have to have years like 2027 where you take a step back, you got to find ways to generate more money. Well, Ohio State might have just set the new record, I would say, Chase, for one of these sponsors. We'll talk about what they were able to come up with, because I'll be honest with you, man, I was kind of like, dang, jersey patch damn near just paid for the whole, well, what should be the cap for the football team. I mean, just with one sale, and you compare it to, I guess, what the Big 12 had negotiated. I mean, it's not even close. Kind of a crazy difference in the numbers there. So we'll talk a little bit about that and more here in a minute. I see we got some folks in the chat. Jake says, did you see the A&M thing that I tagged you in? Would be really cool to have something like that in T-Town. Yes, Jake, I did. Chase, I don't know if you saw this. I'll put it on the screen here in a second, but it looks like Texas A&M is not just using all that oil money that they have to I hate saying buy players. It sounds a little weird. To pay for more, I guess, athletes, right? Or that's pretty much the same thing. You get the point. Get more athletes on their squads. Well, they had some innovative idea, Chase, and it's like this complex that's like right around the corner, I believe, from the stadium. I mean, it's got condos and dog parks and all. It's like almost like a, I don't know, little community village type deal right around the corner. I mean, it's super nice. So yes, Jake, I did see that. We can take a look at that together and talk about it. Only problem is when we're talking about Alabama and finances. Again, we have money, but I mean, you think about even basketball, right? I mean, we hadn't had that new arena built, right? I just don't see. I feel like those things probably need to be taken care of first before we have some more of these luxury villages like we just saw. Now maybe some contractor, some developer, it could be an investment on their end, right? Probably a lot of money, but I don't know. It did look super nice. But I thought, weren't they doing something like that, chasing the stadium? Weren't they doing something where like they renovated a certain part of the stadium where it's supposed to be turf? People could play cornhole. Chat, if you guys know what I'm talking about, I'm almost positive they were supposed to do something. I remember like the drawings and all the graphics of what it was supposed to be were presented one way, but I don't know if it ever really turned out that exact way. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Let me know. I've only been on the field and like in the press box, so I haven't really walked around to those other parts. So I don't know. Anyway, so we can talk a little bit about that. 205-342-9904. Love to get y'all's thoughts, comments, concerns on everything that we're going to discuss here in a moment. But first, we'll take a quick time out. And don't forget about our friends, Wise. Fresh on my mind. Any representation needs that you guys might have, whether that's criminal defense matters, which of course, academic misconduct, NIL situations, Lamperlo Law, Education, and Advocacy, they've got you guys covered. Check them out today. Lamperlo-law.com is the website. You can schedule yourself a free consultation. Plus, you can find out about all the other services that they offer for high school, college, and graduate students right there on the website, lamperlo-law.com. That's exam and test taking preparation, subject matter mastery as well. And they'll take care of you, man. And not only that, they'll do it for affordable pricing, which is really big, right? We all know that's a big one. What good is that representation if you can't afford it? Well, they're going to beat out the competition. I can guarantee you that, and take you. You'll be in good hands. Take great care of you, man. I can vouch for that. My guy Adam is the man when it comes to representation. So check him out today at lamperlo-law.com. All right. Let's hit the timeout. We come back. We keep on rolling. We get this Talking Tuesday started right here on the Miller's Edge. Tide 100.9, 1230. WTBC. All right, chat. Let's see who we got in here. Sorry, I'm starting getting tongue-tied, talking too fast. Jake, what's up? Happy Tuesday. How's everyone today? Good, bro. It's hot. It is 92 outside right now. Kenji, what's up? Happy Tuesday. We got Kyle Wright. What's up? Roll Tide. We got you, Corey. What's up, man? Roll Tide. We got Crystal in here, 39 days away. Hit that thumbs up on the way in, out, or whenever. But don't forget to give the Miller's Edge some love. Thank you so much, Crystal. I appreciate you. And all you folks that are here every day, hanging out, supporting, and just kicking it with us for a couple hours every day. I love it, man. I appreciate you guys a lot. Seriously. QD, what's up? Roll Tide, bro. Once again, Bama's late to the party in this new NIL world. Why you say that, QD? You talking about the jersey patches? Dynamic taxidermy. Well, that's pretty cool. Where are you guys located at? Maybe I'll need to get something mounted sometime soon, man. Dynamic taxidermy. Bama claims to be the biggest brand in college football, but you let Ohio State beat you to the punch at getting $17 million to put patches on their jerseys. Hold on, Cutie. We got to talk about that. I mean, people have been, getting jersey patches. I mean, a matter of fact, I think LSU had already struck a deal a couple months ago. I'm trying to think of who else in the conference. I mean, people have been doing this. In terms of them securing a deal like this, I mean, this is definitely a very big deal. That's worth a lot of money. We'll talk about this when we come back. I don't know if I would call it necessarily beaten to the punch. I mean, listen, Alabama's Alabama. I genuinely feel that if they wanted to have had a deal done by now for jersey patches, they probably could have. It might be more of a matter of finding the right fit, finding the right company brand that encompasses the values that you want to align with, but are also willing to pay the price that you feel those patches would be valued at if they are in fact on your jersey. Plus, think about think about how, don't take this the wrong way, guys, but think about how sensitive a lot of Alabama fans are. I don't mean to say that like all guys are sensitive, but I mean when Coach DeBoer says something that, hey, it's like everybody, like, there's all, you know what I mean? Like, there's always so I'm just imagining if you do in fact put, a brand or a patch, right, on an Alabama jersey, a jersey that people hold in a very high regard, and rightfully so. A lot of history behind it. They're classics. We all know the significance of Alabama uniformity, right? Now imagine you making a decision to put a jersey patch on there, right, of a brand. I do believe it genuinely requires a significant amount of consideration on who that brand is, how it's going to work, and I think the value has to be right. You know what I mean? I do agree that choosing not to do that could be a very big missed opportunity, especially basing that on the fact that Ohio State is maximizing that. When we talk about these numbers, I mean, clearly, again, they're $17 million annually. Now, those patches will be on all sports jerseys, so you can't say it's only for football, but the reality is football does drive the most revenue, and we know they would probably see a significant portion, even if you allocated $12 million of that $17 million to football specifically. If a roster is valued at $40 million, you're looking at little over 25%, right, of your football roster being paid just by putting that patch on. Or you could view it in terms of that's an extra $12 million if that's the amount you elect to allocate to your football team in roster money. And is it worth it putting a patch on all your uniforms to afford some better talent? I think it's worth it. Would the fans be okay with that? I don't know. I really don't. So we have to see.
And do your marketing with Town.
Would have to see. In the heart of all country, Greenville, Tennessee. Never been there, man, but be safe there. If you're an Alabama fan in the heart of all country, man, I know you guys catch hell. I know you guys hear it all the time. Appreciate you tuning in, man. I don't know if I've seen you guys in the chat before, man. Welcome in if you guys are new. And if you have been here, I apologize if I haven't recognized you guys. I apologize. I mean, Bama needs to capitalize monetarily on its brand is what I'm saying, but OSU now has set the markets. When Bama does, it should get paid comparably. There you go. Right now, in regards to doing something like that this year, I don't know. Dang, Chase, we got long breaks today, do we? Or do we combine something? Or maybe you just let me talk. I was about to say, I'm like, wait, dang, did I get out there a little early? Oh, long breaks today. Okay. I was like, golly. Well, that's good to know. So I'll take that into consideration because I can't go over on these segments then. Like, golly, those breaks are long today. But you're right, QD. I mean, you know how the market is, and this is going to be good negotiating leverage for Alabama if they do, in fact, decide to take that route, which I think they should consider it. Now, fans probably aren't going to be very happy with it, but I think they'll adjust and adapt. I mean, we do have field sponsors. But let's talk about that. And I want to get y'all's opinion on that. Chat, let me know what you guys think about. How would you guys feel? I know we've talked about this here and there, but like seriously, now that we're talking about Ohio State doing what they've done, if that meant you could get an extra $15-17 million annually for your athletic program, would you guys be okay with them throwing a little patch on an Alabama jersey? Let's talk about it. And welcome back into this Talkin' Tuesday edition of the Miller's Edge. Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. All right, Chase, let's talk about some jersey patches. Why don't we do that? We'll start there because this is a big topic that a lot of people have been talking about this morning, and rightfully so. Yes, other schools have been signing deals, right, for sponsors on their uniforms. We've seen it in pro leagues, right? NBA, very, very commonplace, right? But it's now made its way to college athletics, and rightfully so, right? People are trying to find ways to generate more revenue. And we know sponsorships, advertising, hell, that's what runs this show. Again, shout out to all our sponsors. We appreciate you guys putting this on. And if anybody's interested in working with us, we've got some opportunities with football season right around the corner. Make sure you contact us. We got some really good sponsorship opportunities. That said, Ohio State, Chase, might have just really just set the market here on these jersey patches. Here's why. I'm going to share this with the screen. Again, you can check us out on YouTube. That way you guys can see the screen, everything we share, watch, all that good stuff. Pete Thamel reported this morning that Ohio State is entering into a new corporate partnership, with JP Morgan Chase. That includes jersey patches for all 36 Ohio State teams. Per industry sources, this is expected to yield Ohio State, get this, nearly $17 million per year, an eye-popping number that's expected to be an industry leader. Now, I'll click on that, try to make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see what it looks like on an Ohio State football uniform. Now, again, you got to remember that this will be on all uniforms. So Ohio State basketball, Ohio State, I don't know, whatever, baseball, if they have a hockey team, right? They're up north. I'm sure they might have something like that, all right? You're going to see that Chase logo in the corner or at some point on their jerseys. I'll be honest with you, Chase. Ironically, that's the same name as sponsor right there. It's not a bad look in my opinion, right? I mean, the Chase logo itself is do we call that a circle? Yeah, it's like a basic circle. It's like a white circle, and it says your name on it, right? So your name is going to be on all Ohio State uniforms. It's pretty cool. But it says Chase underneath, just a standard Chase logo. But in my opinion, with the logo being something simple, like the circle that it is, then just the small, text underneath it that says Chase, I don't think it looks too bad, to be honest with you. And I've said this before. To me, it almost resembles like, when you play in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, they give us, our jerseys, Alabama jerseys would have like I'm wearing this polo, right? It's got the Toyota Classic, right? Yeah, Tuscaloosa Toyota Classic. It'd have like a even bigger patch that says like Chick-fil-A Classic or whatever, right? And it was a little obnoxious. Granted, that was for one football game, but I don't think anybody really was like that bothered. And that was a pretty obnoxious patch, right? You play in the Orange Bowl, there's a patch for that. There's always been patches for like bowl games, and I don't think it's been that big of a deal. Of course, these would be like standard for every game, home and away, so it's a little bit different here. But I think when you do it the way Ohio State's doing it, like with Chase Bank, a simple, clean, logo like that, I really don't have a huge problem with it. And the fact that we're already inching closer and closer to college really being like a minor sports league, I mean, I feel like it's only fitting, right? I've heard, matter of fact, Stanford, where my guy Jamie's at, they've got players kind of inching closer towards a CBA, right? I mean, we're taking steps in that direction. But back to the jersey patches. Personally, I don't have a problem with the Chase one on Ohio State's jerseys, and the fact that it's yielding $17 million a year, which that's according to Pete Thamel. Now, I do know another source had mentioned $15 million. Whether it's $17 million, $15 million, that's a lot of money that you're now being able to throw back into your athletic department. Like I mentioned, it's going to be on all athletic jerseys, but they can pick and choose where that money goes, right? And we know football and maybe men's basketball are the only sports that are going to be generating revenue. So I'd imagine football will get majority of that. My whole thing is, I'm going to pose this question for you guys, and I'm going to answer it. Would you guys be okay if Alabama, in fact, did this, which I know we've asked this before, but let's actually respond to it again. Let's circle back to it and take into consideration now that this could potentially yield $15 million plus per year. If Ohio State can value that, for their patches, I feel like Alabama could demand a similar range personally, right? You're talking about the University of Alabama. I know people are talking about, oh, football's falling off, blah, blah, blah. But this is for all sports. Alabama's got a hell of a basketball team under Nate Oates, who's consistently been playing deep in the postseason in the NCAA tournament, of course, won conference championships. They're not going anywhere. Alabama baseball, Coach Rob Vaughn doing a great job. Had one of their best seasons since last 2 decades. Softball, they're crushing it. So I would imagine Alabama, if they were to do this, if they went under a similar umbrella and they put it up for all their sports teams, they could at least demand $15 million a year. Probably a little bit more, because we know how the market works. When one school or when one person does one thing, it kind of sets things up for the next. So going back to Smitty's original, or it's not Smitty, I'm sorry, QD's original point, I do believe, yeah, I understand how it feels like we're a little late to the party, especially when we're talking about, hey, this 2027 class, you know, we since we put so many funds into high school recruiting the past 2 years and we hit the portal, you know, this year we're taking a little bit of a year off. This is why Ohio State and other schools, right? Like they have funds that allow them, right? Whether it's from this or they just have big boosters. And I'm just saying, if it even made it to the point where it's like, hey, we don't have to have 2027 type recruiting years. You get what I'm saying, Chase? Throw a jersey patch on there. That's even more money we can, you know, fall back on. I think it's worth it. Personally, I think it's worth it. I don't know what brand. I think Mercedes-Benz would be a good one because you got the plant close by. Luxury brand. I mean, that's debatable if you want to really say the cars are really worth that much. I mean, but you get the point. It is a luxury brand, right? I mean, Toyota and other cars are much more reliable for a lot cheaper. But the logo is clean, simple. Also a little circle logo, right? We know Mercedes-Benz is I think the logo looked fine. Kind of people, I feel like, associate Mercedes-Benz with high-class luxury. I mean, that, you know, it's not like Golden Flake corn. No, I shouldn't say that in case Golden Flake wants to sponsor. So sorry, Golden Flake. But you get the point, man. It's a little bit different there. What do you think, Chase? I mean, seeing that Ohio State made 15 to 17 million, and real quick before you answer, I do want to throw this out there because it's from Pete Nakos. This is how significant the deal is for Ohio State. The Clippers, their patch value is at like $13 million. The Cavaliers with Goodyear, $10 million. The 76ers, where LeBron just signed, StubHub at $5 million. Wouldn't be shocked if that number has to go up. Now LeBron James will be rocking that jersey with the StubHub logo. Granted, that's for one team, like one organization. This encompasses all of Ohio State's athletic teams. So, I mean, not necessarily apples to apples, but that should tell you, I mean, Ohio State is getting bread. And compared to like the Big 12, Chase, the Big 12 is almost kind of like, it's almost embarrassing. I think their deal was like with Monster for, I don't know, maybe like $20 million for the whole conference, right? I mean, it's not even the same world. What do you think about this, Chase?
It's brilliant. Really. I love it. Honestly, I think just with where teams are at now in programs, and you're right, this is turning more into minor leagues. And for Alabama, the high class program that they are, and the way they move and the way they view themselves, why not have a patch on your jersey? Especially if it's bringing that kind of money, like the amount of resources, the amount of things that need to be attended to that could finally we could talk about it and actually put pen to paper. It would change Alabama forever, especially when we want to compete every sport. And like you said, every sport like baseball, softball, track and field, football, soccer, you know, they're on the uprise here in Tuscaloosa. Why not help in that situation where we don't have to rely so much on Alabama and like trying to recruit high school players and like, why don't we just think of a different way like Ohio State is and so many other schools, like you said, like with the Big 12, that's crazy. And it is embarrassing and it is sad that for some odd reason, Alabama, for some reason being stuck in their old ways, is not willing to look in this direction. And I understand it's tradition. The SEC is known for that. People have been following Alabama for years and years and years. When they see that Crimson Tide jersey, it reminds them of winning and what they've become a fan of. But honestly, losing does not help. Like we can't just stay in the past and expect things to get better in the future. We have to adjust And a lot of teams are doing that, and they're benefiting from it. The Big Ten is benefiting from it. The Big 12, other conferences that are using what's going on in today's world to their advantage, they're profiting from it. So if I'm Alabama, like Mercedes-Benz is very a good choice. Alabama Credit Union, so many banks here that maybe
I don't know. They got the bread, Chase.
Oh,
I
well, and I
mean,
looking at
they are a
maybe
bank,
not.
and they are a bank. Maybe they do, but I'm just thinking. I'm like, I think you got to go probably like national. You know what I mean? If you're talking about
Okay.
dropping $15+ million annually in advertising, it's probably got to be, and it could be. That's not a bad idea, though. I mean, maybe they got way more money than I'm thinking, but I'm thinking you probably have to go probably big national type brand. But I want to get y'all's thoughts because we got to hit this timeout. But I want you guys in the chat to respond. If you guys want to send in the app message or call in 205-342-9994. I'm really curious what you guys think about this. Because to Chase's point, that would, free up some money. I mean, I feel like that takes a little bit less pressure off the fans, right? I mean, the fan, like, of course, you still are going to pursue donations through Yay Alabama and try to get as many people on board supporting the program via Yay Alabama and that route. But I mean, imagine just having an extra $15 million annually for your athletic department. And like I said, I mean, you still are going to have to figure out how you're going to allocate those funds. But I'm just thinking, like, if you're Alabama and you just had to take a back seat in the 2027 recruiting class, I get they said the numbers, right? Like the numbers are small, but it also is clear that if you're saying you're saving money to pay the guys for retaining them, clearly you could use a boost in some of those funds. I'm not saying that Alabama is broke or doesn't have money, but we clearly don't have as much money as some of these other schools. And if just throwing a patch on a jersey could help boost that significantly. If it was for like $1 million or $2 million a year, I'm gonna be honest with you, Chase, I would say to hell with it. Just stick with you could probably find a booster to just write you a check or something like that. Maybe. To me, like Alabama is valued at a much higher number than that. But seeing Ohio State again, 15-17, I feel like Alabama should be at least at that number. And if you're talking $15 to $20 million plus annually in your athletic department, not to mention there could be some type of quote unquote cap coming soon, which I guess if that's the case, then you're maybe not digging as deep in your pockets trying to come up with all this money. But my point is, say the cap is like, I don't know, $30-40 million. The patch itself pays for like half of that. I mean, so you still can use money for other stuff. I mean, don't forget, we got an arena that needs to be built. You see Texas A&M building other, commodities and things like that. I mean, so it's not just rosters. I mean, that's money that can go towards really anything in your athletic department or surrounding areas. I don't know. Want to get y'all's thoughts on that. And we'll talk about that when we come back. Plus more right here on the Miller's Edge. Talking Tuesday edition, Tide 100.9, 1230. WTBC, quick timeout. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Local.
All right, let me see what you guys think about this. I'm curious what you guys think. I say go for it, man. I say go for it. Arthur says Christian right about Bama fans being sensitive, but times are changing. Yeah, no, wait, let me be clear because I know some people tune in like, damn, he called us sensitive. Oh, all right. I meant in the sense that if you put a jersey patch on a classic Alabama uniform, and I get it, we hold the uniform in high regard. I talked about me being converted from in high school. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit of a hater on Alabama's uniforms. I didn't respect them the way I respect them now. I was like, man, they're so boring. They're just plain. Now I have a great respect for the tradition and the simplicity of the uniforms. That said, when I say sensitive, I mean like Alabama fans, they want consistency. They don't want change. They just want to win. They want jerseys to stay the same. They don't want colored helmets. That's what I mean about sensitive. They don't want nothing. They want things to be the way they've been. So that's what I mean by that. But yeah. Okay, all right. So you guys got what I was saying. You're picking up what I was putting down. I'm like, dang, I shouldn't have worded it like that. That might seem like I'm coming at our folks. Excuse me. Definitely not that though. Correct with Bama fans being too sensitive, too nostalgic with their traditions, you adapt or die. Yeah, and I'm not saying you got to completely go like, do a whole 180, right? But like, for example, like in the stadium, I know we have our traditions and stuff like that, but listen, man, like I think like we could improve our game day environment some. Like I think like with whether it's music, whether it's little things. Like and we have a really good game day environment. Don't get me wrong. But I think there's sometimes it feels like we're just on on a loop, right? It's like the same stuff we've always done. Like light show stuff is really good. But I even think just from like a music perspective, like I used to like when we were playing, we used to play um like certain things on third down, which I think they still do, but I feel like they've kind of reverted back to just like the Hell's Bells kind of thing. Like it's real old school. Like, um, I don't know. I just think there's like little things that we could do that I see other schools kind of doing that really kind of enhance things. Feels a little bit more updated. Crystal says, "Well, I do love tradition. I agree with you. You have to keep up the changes. Eventually, you get left in the dust." Yeah, and that's kind of what it feels like at times that we're so stuck in our traditional ways that other schools or venues are doing other things that are more appealing to whether it's fans, recruits. But like I said, I think you can have a good combination. You don't have to completely go another direction, but you can do little things. As long as they're winning, I don't think anyone will say anything. If they do, they'll get over it quick. That's fair. That's a good point. That dude says Bama is the Yankees and the Cowboys of college football. No need to rush the deal. Plus, those other deals are the springboard for us. Well, it's good they didn't rush it. Now that this Ohio State deal is done, though, I definitely would use that as a reference and leverage if I'm Greg Byrne or whoever is in charge for negotiating that stuff. Smitty says if you have no issue with bowl sponsorship patches on jerseys, you should have no issues with what Ohio State and Michigan are doing. It's a good point, right? Now, like I said, and this is just a nice little clean little logo on a polo. Like something like this, I mean, that could be a little. Like, of course, it's got a golfer on there, totally different. But you get the point. I think something simple like Chase or Mercedes, clean, simplistic. I mean, who our field sponsors in it? It's like Building Alabama or something like that. Is it like who's our field sponsor? Regardless, the field sponsor thing is like simple, like block text, and I feel like that one looks fine on the field. I forget it's even there half the time. Don't care if they do a patch or have alternative uniforms. That don't stop my fandom. Mercedes-Benz patch would be fire. I think it'd be pretty dope. Jake says we don't have billionaire boosters like Pete Golding said. If you don't keep up with the times, you get left. It definitely depends on the brand. I think we're all kind of on the same page here. And welcome back into this Talking Tuesday edition of the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. I've been running through some of these chats down here, Chase, and I feel like we're on the same page with kind of how we're viewing this jersey patch thing, right? I mean, get with the times or get left. If you get some money from it, it helps with recruiting. Don't have to have down years like 2027. Don't have to feel like you're picking and choosing between this or that. You know what I mean? You have the luxury of maybe bringing in even more talent just by throwing a little patch in the corner of a jersey. I think everybody's kind of on board from it. Now, I think I saw one chat, though, when I was scrolling through here. I think one chat was like, nah. Said, oh, there it goes. Dom talk that talk. Says, only patch we need is the college football playoff national championship patch. I mean, of course, that's a nice patch to have. But in order to get there, you got to have some more. Got to have some more recruits, some more players, be a high school transfer portal. So I mean, maybe this patch will lead to that patch. Not saying it's, I guess, a guarantee, but at the end of the day, man, it only helps, right? Lisa Rawls says, I believe Alabama's having discussions behind the scenes in an effort to possibly negotiate some sort of patch deal with a massive corporation. I'd be surprised. I'll be surprised if they're not talking. That's my thing. I don't think they just completely have shut that door or tuned that out, right? I think there's definitely been conversations, but I think it has to make sense. Again, I mean, it's the University of Alabama, right? I mean, people can say what they want. You know, of course, you know, there's things that we can do a little bit better when it comes to football and getting back on that, you know, that stage where we were at one point. However, the brand is the brand. You know, Alabama's logo and brand is still probably more recognizable than any other brand. I know we talked about this with Digger Whether it's 1, 2, or 3 doesn't matter. It's one of the most recognized brands in the world. That is a fact, especially when it comes to sports, college sports, without doubt. That said, you can demand a high number, and maybe that's part of it, right? I mean, I know it seems like people just throw around money, but I mean, not everybody just willing to throw around. You got to find the right person. I think it also has to be the right fit, right? You don't want to just sell out just for the money, right? I'm sure you could go find some gambling company, Chase, that would go stroke a check for $25 million a year, right? But then you're promoting, you know what I mean? Like it's gambling on a jersey. You see what I'm saying? Like it also has to make sense. I'm sure DraftKings or some big company, right? Like casinos and sports betting, they have so much bread that they can spend on marketing. I would not, and think about how that would be paired up with the sports team itself, right? Like Alabama. I'm sure they would be willing to throw out that type of money. But is Alabama going to accept a sponsor like that? Absolutely not. So like Chase Bank, Mercedes-Benz, you know what I mean? That to me makes a lot more sense, something like that. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see a couple more chats here. Lisa also says, absolutely, I would support Alabama doing a patch deal because I don't think they would do it with a company that's a bad decision. It's the way the new world is. Tide needs to roll with it. Bet they will. Probably will at some point, Chase. I just feel like it's kind of late this year. I mean, I guess Ohio State just did it. I feel like if they don't do it within the next month, you're probably not going to see it this year. Right? I mean, don't you think it'd be kind of late? I mean, I guess you could, but like if you're 2 or 3 games into the season, I feel like it's a little too late to try to throw a jersey patch on at that point. Never say never, but you see what I'm saying? I feel like you probably have to get it done before the start of the season. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree 100% with you, Christian, and you laid it down perfectly. It's a relationship with who you put on your jersey. It's not just you just put it on there just to do it because you don't want to sell what you believe in and what the standard is at Alabama. And I just feel like anybody or any corporation that they have on their jersey, like that's huge dividends down the road. And you're right, especially with foreign players like yourself, like wherever you go, you're represented by that because you played for Alabama and the core values that it is. But yeah, I wouldn't rush it, especially when everything is so magnetized right now. Especially like you said, we don't want a FanDuel or DraftKings on the jersey when gambling is a bad look right now.
Hey, if they came to the table with $100 million, Chase, I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, I see you lowering the glasses. I know. Let me find. I got my glass right here. I might have to lower my glasses too. And yes, sir. What was that? You know what I mean? $100 million, man. That's we might have to support some bad habits at that point. I'm sorry. I mean, listen. I know I just said what I said, but I'm saying $100 million, Chase. Chase, we could have the Avengers of a football team, basketball team. I mean, I'm just saying, man. $100 million, it might be a different story. Now, I don't want to be ageist here, but this is Arthur said this, not me. He said, Christian, the older fans are sensitive to change. If you were to pull younger fans, I bet we all would be surprised. Arthur said that. I'm not ageist. I don't know what the term is when you do that. You hold something against older folks, but yeah, which I understand, man. The older I get, hell, I feel like I'm the same way. I'm like, I just want things to just be what they are. I don't like change. You know what I mean? Now, when you're younger, it's a little bit different. You just want to explore and do this and that and third. But I feel like when you get older, you're just kind of like, man, just leave it the way it is, man. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right? Isn't that the term? I used to always mess that up. I used to always say something totally different. I realized I was like, I'm not saying that right. All right, let's see. We got to hit a timeout. So let's do that. When we come back, we'll get Smitty here on the phone lines. I know you guys love Smitty. I think Smitty's just gonna have like a designated say. Of course, he calls in frequently. We love that. Every time I talk to somebody, Chase, I love when Smitty's on the show. Smitty's my favorite guest. I'm like, Smitty he calls in, but I'm like, he is a guest at this point, man. We just need to get Smitty on the stream, man. Hopefully, he's got a good camera. So if he's gonna come on the stream, we need to have a nice little camera mic set up. Smitty, I think you've earned that, man. We'll go to you on the phone lines when we come back, but maybe next week or whenever we'll start getting you on the stream right here on the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. Quick timeout. We'll be right back. Do you have cracks or potholes that are dragging down your property? Oh, man. Sorry, guys. I'm tired, man. I'm pushing through, though. Hopefully, I don't seem like I got like low energy, man. I'm just tired. And I worked out this morning. And normally, that's supposed to kind of give you more energy, but I was outside for a while. The sun was beating on me. Arthur said, "Hey, I'm 50. I promise. I know my generation older stuck in there." All right, fair enough, man. You said it, not me. Let's see. Bama needs a national sponsor, not regional. Yeah, I agree. That's why I was saying with Chase earlier. I think a national one would probably, if you're talking big bucks, I think national would be the way to go. National would probably be the way to go. Regions or Wells Fargo, whatever big bank wants to. I mean, the field sponsor is that I feel like that's military related, isn't it? Right? Let me see. Yeah, isn't it for like the Navy or something? Build Giants, Alabama, right? University of Alabama made history adding an on-field sponsorship logo. Initiative features Build Giants, Alabama on the 25-yard lines. That's with the Navy, right? That's kind of, I mean, it's kind of interesting. Build Giants program aims to increase career engagement through job fairs, student ambassador programs, mentorship with Navy leaders. Yeah, I was about to say, I thought it was with the Navy. Offer educational initiatives such as curriculum development with UA faculty, trades and engineering student collaborations. Address the Navy's need for 25,000 new trades workers annually to build submarines, surface ships, and unmanned vessels. It's a little bit more of a specific deal right there. I wonder how much are they paying for that? I mean, is that government back then, right? No? Maybe? I feel like that's just kind of a random sponsor. Not random, but you get the point. I mean, I just wouldn't expect them to be. I mean, 'cause that's not cheap. You know, the first ever logo on Bryant-Denny Field or Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. How much do we get paid for that? Let's see. I don't mind that thing on the field at all. Not that thing, excuse me, their logo. I don't mind their logo on the field at all. I feel like it looks totally fine. Have you guys even noticed that logo like that? Based out of Mobile. Yeah, that's cool. No, I mean, I think that's dope. Let me see. Let's see if we can find out how much they're paying. How much does what was it called again? Build Alabama? Or no, Building Giants? Wait, Build Giants, Alabama. All right. Build Giants. Pay for the on-field logo. Let's ask ChatGPT, guys. Let's see what they say. Okay, short answer is publicly unknown, right? So we don't even have an answer to that, unfortunately. I wonder how much they pay for that. Based on what similar Power 4 schools have reportedly received for comparable on-field inventory, $500,000 to $1 million per year for a field logo only package, $1 to $3 million plus per year if the agreement includes multimedia rights, digital advertising, radio, which I'm sure it does. So it's probably a few $1 million from that. Not bad, but we're talking 15 plus for jersey patches, man. That's a different ball game. And welcome back into this Talkin' Tuesday edition of the Miller's Edge. Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. We were trying to look up how much Build Giants Alabama pays for that on-field sponsorship logo. That was not public knowledge, but it did guesstimate probably a couple $1 million, maybe more or less, probably a few $1 million. So not bad, but why not add another 15 to 20 if you can sell a jersey patch? 205-342-9904. Smitty, you're up first here on the phone lines. Welcome in.
How's it going, good brother?
It's good, man. Hey, listen, man, if you got a good little camera setup, I might need to start giving you a stream invite, man. If I get one more compliment about Smitty on the Miller's Edge, man, I might just have to make you co-host for like 2 out of the 5 days, since the Pastor Payne only shows up about once a month at this point.
Hey, first thing first, if South Carolina beats Alabama, you can't get rid of him. He'll beat you to the string. But yeah, I work during the day around that time. Kind of hard for me. And plus, And plus, Brandon Clear, the way he be dressed, he probably put on a main coat next week. I don't want him making me look bad and poor. I'm sorry,
That makes two of us, man. That makes two of us. You're
Yeah.
making me look bad on my own show.
I know, but two things. You talk about this Ohio State thing. And I put in the chat also that, hey, we have bowl sponsorship patches. They have patches for these neutral site games as well. And I know Alabama is a school where they have money, but they don't have, we can afford to miss money, if you get what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
Oregon has, we can afford to miss money. Because Oregon, they get a lot of guys transferred out last year, but they brought guys in because they have it like that. And not just having it, willing to give also. And that's been my criticism with the boosters of Alabama. Because you remember when Nick Saban got into it with Jimbo Fisher, people missed the part where he was out there trying to drum up resources for the players back then. And it's like, and you see it now kind of the same way. I know people want the pure jersey and all that with nothing on it, but it's a different era. The schools, the conferences aren't required to pay the players. Most of that is on the fans. They have to come up with ways to pay money. And Ohio State doing this with Chase Bank, not our Chase, because it was I was asking for money. But but the thing is, when Alabama goes this route, it can't be a local, regional company. It should be something national with a global brand, like a Mercedes. Right. Heck, I call Emirates up. For people who watch soccer, call Emirates. Trust me.
Oh, they got the money for sure out there, boy.
Yeah, that's the way to go, because if you're a national big boy brand, you got to move like it. And let's just say 15. Say they get, I think it was 17 million, right? Let's say they, like you said, 12 million. You can use that to put you over the top to retain players and bring in some players, but it also may give you some leeway in case you miss. If you follow me there.
Well, that's why I was kind of looking at it like this, Smitty. I mean, for the people that were very dissatisfied with how this 2027 class has been going, I get the 28 class is picked back up, and looks like it's back on the rise there in recruiting. But here's my thing: if put a jersey patch basically guarantees that you no longer have to stress about, hey, we're going to take a year off from recruiting. I get it also as a numbers thing, but we also know money, like you mentioned, still is a factor. To me, I think that's worth the trade-off, man. If you can guarantee your roster be even more competitive year in and year out, you don't have to have years like 2027 where you're, kind of having your hands tied behind your back. I think that's worth putting a little patch on a jersey, personally.
Yeah, because you could do both the retention and bring in some guys. Because one reason they backed off some people is because they said, man, we can't pay this big money and retain these people if you're not able to play this year. And I think if you go that sponsorship route, the patch route, you can be able to do that now. You can afford yourself that. And I think that is where I think fans got to understand. 1985 is gone. Those days are over. Once money got introduced and the price of the brick keep going up, you have to keep up or you're going to be left behind. And you're going to have to do that. There's going to be some things that look different than when I was a kid. And that's okay, because I don't care. I don't care how ugly the logo is, as long as the check clears.
That's true. No, I agree. I mean, I wouldn't be for, like, if it was like a brand that you're just kind of like, that ain't it. I mean, maybe I would say, hey, let's think twice about this. But something similar to what Chase is on Ohio State's, or you know what I mean, something similar that's just simple, easy, just to throw on there, doesn't really stand out too much, or it's like an eyesore. I would be okay with that.
Yeah, it's a logo that you know what it is by looking at it. And I think there are plenty of brands out there, they tie their Mercedes with Coach Saban. They have to have Coach Saban stop giving Lane Kiffin career advice and talking to Ron DeSantis, and let's get them up here to holler at Mercedes and broker this deal. But one thing I know you might talk about with Kalen DeBoer, right? How everybody just overreacted to his comment. And I'm thinking you're talking about when that guy asked him about his legacy with national championship, correct?
Yes.
All right, here's my point. And I'm going to ask you a question also. I don't remember Nick Saban ever going up for a podium saying our goal is national championship. Y'all talk about the process. Those 5 years you were there, did Nick Saban ever walk up there the first day taught a national championship, or he talked about the process and doing everything y'all need to do first, pretty much handle your business? If you don't, you can't even be in position.
I don't recall. Now, don't quote me on that. I mean, he might have gotten up there.
How about your experience?
Yeah. For mine, not that I recall. I mean, I like I said last week, he's always talked about the process, right, and not being results oriented or results driven, right. Let those come by folks. I listen, just like my dad talked about. He's used it. I do speaking engagements, and that's one of the main messages when I'm always up there. And it's like, hey, everybody's like, hey, what's some stuff you learned from Coach Saban that you could, pass on to our team or our employees? I always mention that, right? Be process driven and not results oriented, right? Because the results will come when you define your process and you're doing things each and every single day towards that process, right? When you're investing in that area, the results will come. So, I feel like he would have gave a very similar answer. And regardless, the question was about his specific legacy on if he wins a national championship or not, how that will define his time at Alabama. They didn't ask him, like, what are your expectations while at Alabama, right? And I think people are perceiving, or I guess they're hearing it as if the question was asked like that, right? Like, hey, what are your expectations? It wasn't that. It just was, how do you feel that more than likely, right, that your career is going to be defined by winning a national championship? And personally, I thought the answer he gave was a selfless answer, right? And that's probably what he was aiming for. Just like we'll listen to this clip in here in a second. He kind of was just mentioning the whole process thing. And I just think it's a good example, Smitty, that with him, unfortunately, right now, because maybe kind of like in your words, like, I'm not saying he doesn't present himself the best all the time, but he doesn't scream confidence all the time, like with some of his answers when he's in the media. And I don't mean to say that in a rude way. I'm just being honest, right? Like, I just think, and then when you're coming from a guy who anytime he spoke, it was like people had notepads out because they're trying to take notes down for what he's about to say. And he Coach Saban has had that aura, about him, right? Where he could say something little or something big or nothing at all, and it had this presence to him. And so I just think people are still trying to line every little detail up with that. I just don't think that's right. But I mean, Coach DeBoer explained what he kind of was going with, but probably people just kind of hearing it wrong or misinterpreting it.
Yeah, I'll say this before I run. Thanks for taking my call as always.
For sure.
Thing is, right, I think it's like SEC media days. A lot of fans and media want their coach to be loud, outspoken, things like that, soundbite guy. Because we heard about Pete Golden's his soundbites, even though it was hilarious. John Summerall with his tough talk. All of that is great when you're winning. When you're losing, they go, like I said before, they go say Pete Golden looks disheveled, doesn't have a haircut, he's goofy. Summerall, he's a blowhard. It's good when you're winning or you do, but when you're losing, they pick you apart for everything. I'm telling you, they probably get mad at Kay in the book because he uses ranch instead of blue cheese. When he loses, they get mad. And I think with him, I agree with the whole, like y'all said, the process thing, because I remember Michael Carroll talked about, like, he made a good block, but what happened was he missed the assignment. And he talked about that. I remember that. And that's what process oriented means. Yeah, he may have made the play. It's kind of like a defensive lineman freelance, and yeah, you made the play, but what happens when you mess it up? Because, correct me if I'm wrong here, coaches don't get mad if you get beat doing your job because the other guy puts his pants on too. But when you mess up by freelancing and not trusting that process, that will get the anger. And I'm glad they did that with Michael Carroll. I remember that, and I just went unsaid. But, hey, Christian, you guys have a good one. Keep up the great work as always, guys.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you. Likewise, brother. Good deal, man. Perfect timing. We hit this top of the hour break, Chase. We come back. We keep on rolling right here on this Talkin' Tuesday. This is the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. And I used Chat GPT, by the way, to draw a mock-up of what an Alabama jersey with the Mercedes-Benz patch would look like on there above the Nike logo. And I'll just say this, Chase, I don't think it looks too bad, man. I want you guys to check it out. Come look at it on the stream at the Miller's Edge on YouTube. Give it a look and let us know what you think. And we'll respond when we come back right here after this quick top of the hour break. Quick time out. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Hey, it's Christian Miller, and I want to tell you about our great friends over at Brian Harding Construction. Located in the heart of Tuscaloosa, Brian Harding Construction is woman-owned and strong as steel, a specialty manufacturing firm with expertise in structural steel fabrication, ASME code piping and vessels, CNC machine work, welding, laser cutting, pipe fitting, industrial maintenance, and crane rental. With a proven track record of over 30-plus years of experience, no one is better fit for the job. For an evaluation, contact Brian Harding Construction today at 205-752-9611. Again, that's Brian Harding Construction at 205-752-9611.
All right, let me see. I tried to put up a poll real quick. Did it go up there? Let me see. Wait, hold on. Start and show. How do you do a? Wait. There we go. All right, let's see if this works. Oh wait, I guess you guys can do it. You guys just put a 1 or 2 in the chat. All right, let's try this poll out, man. Maybe we'll start doing more polls like this. Should Alabama do a jersey patch sponsorship if it were to bring in 15+ mil per year? Type 1 or 2 in the chat. 1 for yes, 2 for no. All right, let's try this out. We got a poll in the bottom left of the screen. I'm gonna throw this full screen so you guys can see, but this is the mock-up that I had ChatGPT do. Now, the placement is not great. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it would look better on the side, the other side above the SEC logo? Let me see. Let me try a different one. Let me see. Move it above. Let's see. The SEC logo. Yeah, 100% yes so far. But the right one. Yeah. I feel, I mean, what do you guys think about the Mercedes? Does the Mercedes, I feel like, looks clean on that? I don't think that looks bad. I'm gonna have one made where it shows the logo on the other side. Who is another brand? Y'all give me some brands. I'll throw on some other logos just to see how they look. We'll fool around with it. We'll have some fun. Who is somebody else? Arthur said Google, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. You talking about the FANG stocks, man? Biggest companies in the country. Like the Mercedes logo better than Regions? Yeah, I think so too. Microsoft. You guys want to see Microsoft? Why does it keep putting Chase? I tried to show the picture of Ohio State to get ChatGPT is so annoying sometimes, man. Let's do Microsoft real quick. You guys said Microsoft. Let's try another one. Let's see. Let's find another player. Let's see who else we could do. We'll do see if we can find one on Daniel Hill. All right. It would be no, that's right. When we have the playoff patches, they're above the Nike logo. So I think that's where it would probably be. Apple, Carhartt. Okay. Carhartt might not be bad. I'm trying to find a good photo where it's like head on where you can actually see the patch. All these photos, man, they're like action photos, man. Let's see. All right, this is an older picture, but we're just going to rock with it. We'll try this one out. Let's see. You guys said who's the first one? Was it Microsoft or Apple? Could it go on one side of a sleeve? Yeah, you probably could put it on a sleeve, but I don't think you would get as much money for that. But that's not a bad idea. I mean, if you wanted to have it a little bit more subtle, just probably, I don't think the company would be willing to pay as much. Let's see. Hold on. Before we come back, let me do Microsoft. Can you say Microsoft first? Let's put a Microsoft the Nike. All right, I'm gonna throw this Microsoft one up, and then I'm gonna bring us back, and then I'll throw it on as soon as it finishes. All right, it's cool, man. I'm gonna start doing more polls like this. This is fun. You guys like doing the poll stuff? Like throwing different polls up there, letting y'all vote on things. I think it's cool. I like it. And welcome back into this Talkin' Tuesday edition of the Miller's Edge. Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. We've been talking a whole bunch about these jersey patches, Chase. But again, it's Talkin' Tuesday, man. We're just having some fun. If you guys want to see the jersey patch concept that we came up with, I'll post it on X too. I think a lot of people will probably have some opinions on there. Check it out on our stream, at least for now, at the Miller's Edge. We're looking at Keelan Russell rocking a Mercedes-Benz patch just above the Nike logo, and I think it looks clean. Chase, what's your opinion on that Mercedes logo? Would you rock with that? You think that's simple?
Yeah, I think it doesn't do too much. It doesn't take away from the Nike logo, and then with the SEC logo from my vantage on the left side, it doesn't do any wrong to it. I don't know where else you would put it, because you don't want to take anything else off the jersey. Maybe like on the shoulder or that's a cool one.
So Kenji had recommended to look at Microsoft. Now this is I think that's B-Rob from years ago, but we threw the Microsoft logo above the Nike check here. Now this one's got color in it, right? Because you've got red, green, blue, and yellow. It's a square, and this is Microsoft underneath. But believe it or not, Chase, it looks better than I thought it would have looked. Honestly, I actually don't mind the Microsoft logo that much. I mean, I at first, when it first popped up and I saw the color, I'm like, I don't know. But now seeing it with like the actual photo, like that's not too bad. RME in the chat says he likes Mercedes better. I think Mercedes is just a little bit cleaner, personally. I don't know. It's kind of fun just experimenting with different logos. Maybe we'll keep doing that throughout the show, just to try to see if we can find some more that I don't know, catch our attention maybe. All right, we need to listen to this Kalen DeBoer interview. He sat down with, was it ABC 3340 News, I think it was. And he had a few things that he talked about in this interview, but I want to get to the part, the big one, right, that everybody's been talking about in terms of his question about the, I guess, his legacy, right? And he basically clarified what he meant by that. So I want to give this a listen to real quick with you guys, get y'all's thoughts on it. And I think it kind of lines up with what we've been talking about. So this is what head coach Kalen DeBoer had to say when he was asked about that question that a lot of people in the media took issue to. Hold on, let me get this on the screen for you guys. Hold on one second.
Your time at Alabama will be defined by whether you win a national championship.
I certainly know that that's an important part of what's happened in the program. So I wouldn't doubt that if that's the case. I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on just helping our program be the best and trying to bring out the best and raise the level of everyone around me, from coaching staff to our players, trying to maximize what we're capable every single day.
You surrender to an ass kicking on national television to end your season. And when all of that is said and done, and you force Alabama fans everywhere to live with that the entire offseason, it is media day. The season hasn't started yet. And they ask you about your ambition, your goal, and what it means to capture the ultimate prize. And your words are, I just want people to be better. I just want to get the best out of people. Come on, man.
We've been fully embracing, what the expectations are here at Alabama. That's what we all signed up for. That's why we came here. So I guess that, surprises me to have it come across that way. You get asked the same questions a lot of different ways. And, for me, what I'm focused on, I guess the way you want to come across is you're focused on the process. You're focused on the day-to-day things. And that I think the question had something to do with like a legacy or time when what it's like when time is up here at Alabama right now is what matters. The perception and whatever it is when it's all said and done, that'll take place on its own. And we're going to do everything we can to make sure that it's an awesome experience and it's an awesome time, and that we're never going to shy away from championships and winning. It's a big time piece of this program, and that's what I've been a part of wherever I've been is having those type of lofty goals and expectations, and that's why I came here.
So there you go. That was head coach Kalen DeBoer clarifying a little bit on his answer regarding his legacy when everything's all said and done, and if he believes that winning a national championship will in fact define his time here at Alabama. And basically, Chase, what he said in that clarification was pretty much what we talked about, right? The question was about his legacy, and he wanted to focus in on, hey, the here and now, right? The steps that they need to do right now to be the best football team that they can be. And clearly he was trying to deflect from himself, which is, like rule number one in media, right? When you talk about athletes, coach, whoever in the media, it's always like, hey, man, find a way to deflect from yourself the best that you can and give credit to others, right? Like that's like rule number one. That's clearly what the guy was doing, man. I felt for him in this situation because it's like he was trying to give a good, selfless answer, right? Put, his guys on a pedestal, praise his team, praise his coaches, just talk about the work that they're doing. And then it's like he's looked at like he's not competitive or he's not trying to win the big one, which we know is the national championship, which is the standard here at the University of Alabama. Kind of like he said, I mean, of course, like you come here, like everybody knows that's the standard. So, I mean, it almost makes me wonder, like, I mean, did people give Lane Kiffin a hard time when he mentioned, like, I don't remember his exact words, but, everybody's basically saying this national championship or bust for him. And I feel like he's repeatedly mentioned that, hey, there's going to be a learning curve. There's going to be a little bit of a process. He doesn't know time frame, right? Like when they're going to be knocking on the door of winning the national championship. Of course, that's the goal. But you can tell with almost all of Lane Kiffin's answers, Chase, he's trying to bring everybody back to reality in terms of expectations. Like it's not very realistic to expect Lane and his squads to go win a national championship in year one. Like, yes, people are I don't know if I would use the word optimistic, or people are definitely eager to see with the tools that he has, with his staff. I mean, I guess that paints him in high regard. They have confidence that if you give him the right tools, he'll be able to make them work. But he's sitting there in the media reminding everybody that, hey, I just think you need to have some patience. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to be a little bit of a process. I just don't feel like people took that answer necessarily like, oh, Lane's not competitive. Lane doesn't want to win a national championship. Lane was just being honest. Right? That's just the reality of things. So I don't know. I'm curious if maybe I'm the only one thinking like that. Again, this is not trying to like deflect from Coach DeBoer, right? Like, we'll be critical when it's appropriate, but it's just like, I feel like there's just a number of examples, at least there has been recently, where it's just like, damn, this guy, they like to pile up on him, man. It is true. They like to pile up on him a little bit. Like, so is some of the criticism deserved? Absolutely. Right. I mean, when you go get your ass whooped last two games on the big stage, you deserve criticism, right? I mean, I'm not saying you deserve to be disrespected or people to be ugly to you, but I'm saying like you understand as the head coach of the University of Alabama and all the standards and expectations that come with it. Like, if you have performances like that, without a doubt, there's going to be criticism that comes with it. But what I don't think you deserve, Chase, is like people going above and beyond and literally making it seem as if like there's been no good done, as if this seems like there's no hope, because to me, I think that's not the whole story. Are there reasons for concern? Are there reasons to have some level of doubt, even if it's very small, minuscule? Yeah, 100%. There definitely are reasons of concern. I have concerns about several things, but I also believe in patience and giving people an ample amount of time to do what they need to do to be successful. If someone, hired me to do some broadcasting work and they expected like the first broadcast with a whole new team of people I'm working with for me to just be perfect and have the best ratings ever, I mean, I'd be like, damn. I mean, let me build some chemistry with my co-host. let me meet the producer a little bit. Let me feel it out. I think stuff just takes time, so I think you need a little bit of patience. All right, I see the Pastor Payne jumped on here. Excited to hear what he has to say. For this is the third day in a row, third show in a row, Chase. Friday, yesterday.
Yep.
This is 3 days in a row. 3 shows in a row, not 3 days in a row. We had the weekend, but 3 shows in a row. His mood just seems different, Chase. He seems like he's got better spirits. I don't know what's going on with him, man, but it's good, though. It's good. So what we'll do is we'll hit a timeout. We'll hear what he has to say about all this we've been talking about and more. We still can take y'all's calls, 205-342-9904, and we keep on rolling on this Talkin' Tuesday edition of the Miller's Edge. Tide 100.9, 1230, WTBC. Yeah, that's if we can get the pastor paint on here, man. He's like connecting and disconnecting. He's probably outside and his Wi-Fi keeps cutting out. See what you guys are saying in the chat. Chevy. Paul Young says Chevy. Chevy logo. Huh. Excuse me. Chevy logo. I mean, I'm a truck guy. I think Chevy logo. I mean, Chevy logo is pretty simple. If it was like the gold or bronze Chevy logo, maybe you could do it. Here's another one. Somebody wanted Apple. Here's Apple. All right. Somebody asked for Apple. I'll be honest with you. Apple feels a little too Silicon Valley, West Coast for me on an Alabama uniform. If I'm just being honest, I feel like Apple feels a little too California, if that's the right word to use there. Let's see Chevy. Let's put a big box Chevy logo on there. Let's see a Chevy logo. Crystal says, no, not the Apple logo. Yeah, Apple feels a little too Silicon Valley. Apple feels a little too Starbucksy. I mean, of course, we all got iPhones. I mean, I got two of them sitting right here. But I don't know. Well, how about this? Why don't y'all donate to I'll be a fun. We'll get a Giants for Christ, my dad's ministry logo on the Alabama. Have the Giants for Christ logo on the Alabama jersey. That would be funny. That would be funny. Yeti would be pretty cool. Miller's Edge should check out the new Retro Chevy Truck Edition. Retro Truck Edition. What does that look like? I need to Google that. Should we look that up? Maybe we'll just turn this into like an actual stream where we just actually sit on here and react to stuff. Maybe, do you guys know how to use Reddit and stuff? I don't know if you guys are in all that. If so, we need to start a Reddit forum. And then you guys can literally just post. You guys will be able to post like videos, discussions, like whatever. You could post all that into the Reddit forum, and then we can just pull it up and then react and respond and do all that. Kind of like what all these streamers are doing nowadays, since we're kind of moving that direction anyway. This doesn't look very realistic, if I'm being honest with you, but let me throw it on the screen for you guys. I don't think this is how it actually would look, but this is what it printed out. Chevrolet. I think I'm rocking with Mercedes-Benz the most so far. Let me throw Mercedes-Benz on this picture because I think this picture is a better picture. Let me do this. Okay, I don't know what is going on with his. I'm gonna kick him out of the studio real quick and let him come back in. I don't know what's going on with it. He keeps leaving and rejoining. The X logo? You mean like Twitter X? I mean, it's simple. Not Reddit. The move now is Discord. Yeah, so I have Discord for like my friends that I practice Spanish with, like when we're playing games and stuff. But I don't know if a lot of our listeners use that. I mean, like, what would you guys use? Reddit or Discord? I want to start using stuff like that and letting you guys post all in there. Then we just pull it up and we talk about it during the show. But I feel like it just depends on the listeners that we have, man. Alexis logo. I don't know about Lexus. I don't know, Dwight. Maybe. Hold on, let me see. Audi would be cool. Okay, here's another version. These pictures that is giving me are trash. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Here's another one. Here's Mercedes updated. That one don't look as clean as the first one it gave us. Reddit, yeah. We could maybe, I don't know. You guys tell me, Reddit or Discord. I mean, they don't look bad. It's just it's literally just taking like these aren't patches. Maybe I need to tell it specifically like a patch that's sewn in there. All right, let me bring us back here. Bro, he's still, what is it? I don't know what's wrong with his stuff. Let me text him real quick, tell him to rejoin. All right, here we go. And welcome back into this Talkin' Tuesday edition of the Miller's Edge. Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. We've been looking at a million different, I guess, patches on Alabama jerseys, Chase. I think Mercedes still is in the lead right now. Maybe we need to pull up another poll and get y'all's thoughts on that. Smitty, excuse me. I keep mixing QD and Smitty up today. What is wrong with me, man? QD just tagged us in another jersey patch announcement. Maybe we're on the clock, Chase. Maybe we're up next. Maybe Alabama is on the clock. Not that. We don't need to see that. That was the Mercedes-Benz logo for you guys that are just tuning in. This is what QD just tagged us in. Notre Dame is rocking with SoFi, which is a bank. SoFi's logo is a little rectangle right there. It says SoFi, and it's got the little braille-looking things right there. I think that's simple. That's not too bad. Placement of it is a little bit different than some of the other ones. I think that's probably the only spot that makes sense right here. But the good thing is, see, like Nike on Alabama's jerseys is like offset right to the left side. Under Armour is right there in the middle, so they have a little bit more room to work with. But I don't mind that one, Chase. I mean, SoFi for Notre Dame. Now let's see if are there numbers here. Oh, here we go. Notre Dame has signed a jersey patch sponsorship deal with SoFi. This one is worth $18 to $20 million annually. So now they are expected to become the richest jersey sponsorship in college athletics history. So there you go, Chase. Granted, it's not like they just use that for, I don't know, I guess leverage, because this deal was probably already being discussed. But hear me out. I think at this point, Alabama would be severely missing out on a major opportunity by not doing that. I mean, if Ohio State got 15 to 17, Notre Dame just got 18 to 20, I think Alabama should be at least 20, because I want to say that's probably similar to Ohio State. So let me see if they say it as well. Like, that's going to be on all the uniforms, right? Not just football. I want to say that's going to be on all of Notre Dame athletic uniforms. And again, when you compare Notre Dame and Ohio State, like pound for pound, with all of their programs, all of their athletic programs, the University of Alabama is going to be above both of those schools. When you combine football, a top 5, or what was it, like top 10? I don't know. Basketball. Alabama, you consider what? Top 10, Chase, maybe? Top 10 in basketball. Baseball, top 25. Softball, top 5. Like, I think Alabama easily could demand $20 million. Easily. So, what has he got going on? I mean, let's let him. I don't know what he's doing. We'll let him figure that out. Your thoughts, Chase, on the Notre Dame logo patch right here?
I like it. It's not that bad. I think if you change maybe the white, maybe keep it the background of blue, and then the lettering of the SOFI, maybe put it white, and then somehow deal with the thing to the right of the logo. I think that looks fire. But hey, Notre Dame say, hold my beer. I'll do something better than what Ohio State can do. And who's next? Because you got schools in California who can afford this, like UCLA, USC. I don't know. This is making a lot of those schools that are not capitalizing it look really bad, because Notre Dame's not a conference, and they can literally just upgrade their roster next year, or whatever they want to do. Not even just football, like basketball. Their men's basketball needs a jump. They've been wanting that for a while. The women's basketball team, for example, they've been needing a resurgence. That is going to put them on the map 100%. So, hey, hopefully Alabama is on the clock and looking towards this, because it's going to boost Notre Dame's athletics in a whole different way.
Well.
There he goes.
What's up?
Well, what? I mean, you going to speak? Working doing
hot.
what? Working doing
I was
what?
outside working, cleaning the pool.
I'd have to see that to believe that.
Whew, Lord, Chase. How you doing,
I mean,
Chase?
talk. I mean, talk. I mean, are you
I'm doing
just
good. How are
out of
you?
breath?
Yeah, I'm out, bro. Listen, what's happening?
Not much.
I heard y'all talking about all the
Do
Benjamins,
you
about
need a change?
Nike.
Do you need to breathe? Do you need to do some deep breathing?
I'm
You need
good,
some
man. Don't worry
water?
about me. I got
Well, I'm
water.
saying,
What's wrong with
you were pausing about a minute in between
No,
every
I was just
word.
getting set up. I'm getting my little stuff set up. So I've been
Okay.
walking.
Good.
So
You need to get those steps in. That's good.
you always talking about what I need to do. What you need to do.
Because I'm trying to challenge you. I'm trying. Listen, we got Adam Lamparello of Lamparello Law. He said he went to the doctor. I forgot what the latest he told us, but he's been working out and all this. I'm just saying. I mean, Adam didn't play 9 years in the league.
Listen,
but I'm
man.
saying, just trying to encourage you. I'm trying to motivate and
What's up,
inspire
Bobby?
you, just like you do with the young
Let's
men and
go.
women
Yes,
that you
sir.
speak to
Yes,
on
sir.
behalf of Giants for Christ.
Hallelujah.
I'm trying to put a word in your spirit to go out there and get those steps in and take care of your health in the name of Jesus.
Dang,
Amen.
boy, I felt a little something in that.
You felt that?
Okay.
Y'all
You
felt
might got
that?
some.
Y'all
You
felt
got some
that?
anointing in there when you get rid of all that cussing. We talked about that last night.
Hey,
Tame in the tongue,
hey.
James chapter 3. Once you read all through that, pray on, get clean up your mouth, and might
I
have a
clean
little
every day.
something. A little something. Now, I ain't talking about with toothpaste or soap. I'm talking about with the Holy Ghost. I felt something in that, Chase. I want about Honda. I'm speaking in tongues. I want about Honda. I want about Honda. Chase.
You said I want to buy a Honda. That's not tongue. That's not
That's a
tongue.
joke. That's a joke. Listen, you know what? You see these shirts that I got, printed up.
You see the one you're wearing?
Yeah, but this is a garnet color, crimson, if you will. For all the folks on chat, you know what? I want y'all to be ordering some of this stuff. Help a brother out so I can get these books in the hands of these young people, from the gridiron to the gospel, the Corey Miller story.
It's a pretty good shirt. Who made that? That ain't a bad shirt.
No, this is a dry fit shirt.
No, I'm talking about the design, man, not the
I had
cloth.
I had a company do it for me. You like that logo?
Yeah,
that's gonna be the back of it will be the logo with that picture that I asked questions about.
Wait. I don't think I put a whole picture of you on the back.
No, the picture of the book is gonna be me holding the football. Go on to Facebook, you'll see a lot of people love it.
I was about to say, don't overdo it. Now that looks good.
I got
You don't
professional
want to
people
plaster
doing
the
this.
whole. Okay,
I got professional people doing this. Thank you for your opinion, but I'm good. Listen, let me see. Hey,
here, man.
Hey, Jay, listen, man. The reason why I bring that up about the shirt, obviously, wanted to tell the people in the chat, check me out. Love for you to support us here with the book and the garb. What shirt? You don't have the hats. You can see here. You get the Pastor Payne logo on the back, on the side. But I went in there, and the people was like telling me about Nike. I heard y'all talking about Nike and Notre Dame and Alabama. Well, South Carolina, as you know, this will be our first year as a Nike school. We've been Under Armour for years. But Alabama, he was telling me that Alabama had a problem with Nike because our colors, if you pull up South Carolina's new Nike uniforms online, well, we
Okay, I think he just literally just disappeared while he was talking. So how about this? We got to hit timeout anyways, Chase. It's that time. Oh, there it goes. All right. Can we hear you though?
We're known as going in black, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Alabama got a problem because our colors are now crimson. And it looks, our garnet looks crimson, and the people, supposedly at Alabama, you can get the inside scoop on this, apparently are upset about it because the colors kind of mimic. If you look at the old Under Armour South Carolina garnet, it's different than the Alabama crimson. And they're the new Nike. Boy, they sweet now.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I do like the South Carolina uniforms. I'll give you that. But hold on. Let me hide the poll for a second, chat. You said that's supposed to be the same print as.
Yeah, when you look at,
I don't think so at
but
all.
the picture may not be showing it the whole thing, but that's pretty close, bro.
No, it's not that close. I'll be honest with you. I mean, that is a little bit lighter than y'all's
I
traditional
think so
garnet.
too, but why would
It
Alabama
is.
have a problem with that?
Well, first of all, you're just going off of who told you that.
The print guy, because they print stuff and they have license for all this stuff, and that's what he said.
Well, that I don't know. But I don't think anybody be mad. That looks nothing like Alabama's crimson jersey. Like
They
the
don't look
color.
like the color, not the
No. I'm saying the
design.
color. I don't even think that, bro.
These jerseys look a lot better than Alabama. Let's just be real about it.
Oh my God! Here he goes. First of all, I got a jersey
listen,
right behind.
our
Listen, I
jersey-
have a jersey right behind me. You can see it right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I
Right?
got some too.
Now let me see. Hold on. Let me throw that back on here. Hold on. I'm like an old man right now. Let me minimize myself. I don't think. I mean, it's definitely closer than what. Okay, it's closer.
It's closer than what the
was.
Under Armour was. I can tell
I
you
mean,
that.
all right. So there's the Carolina one, and then here's mine.
So what do you call this color on the gridiron to the gospel? This called cardinal. This may be more like Stanford. You think?
Cardinal, yeah. I would classify that more like Stanford.
Okay.
Yeah. I kind of like the full screen, man. I feel a little more official. We go full screen. Like that's pretty
But
clean.
y'all be
Anyway.
like this new garb, with the short sleeve hoodie and the pockets.
All right. So are you going to model or are you going to talk about these jersey patches, man? I mean, we
you see
need
the
a
hoodie back
timeout.
there?
Man, okay,
So
that's cool, man. That's really
your
cool.
boy gonna be a designer for us all over. Listen.
Okay. Well, tell me to answer this question for you at this break, man.
Okay.
Ohio State has just announced a jersey patch sponsorship with Chase Bank, $15 to $17 million annually. Now the patch will be on all of their athletic uniforms. So that's football, basketball, baseball, you name it. Right? I'll throw it on the screen right there. You can see an example of it right there. Now we just heard Notre Dame announced they've also entered in a partnership, this time with SoFi Bank. All these banks, man, they're throwing all that money around. And they are getting about $18 to $20 million annually. I'm throwing that on the screen right there for you guys.
SoFi, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So the question in the chat was, do you guys think with Alabama, with all the tradition that we're so proud of, right? The simplicity of the jerseys. We all know nobody wants to touch Alabama's jerseys. Would you be okay with something along the lines of this? All right, that's B-Rob right there. We threw a Mercedes-Benz patch on there.
But look how plain that jersey.
Listen.
They need to do something about that.
No, they don't. What are you talking? Bro, it's tradition, man. It is tradition.
Penn State, Alabama.
It's like Penn State, man. You know what's funny? I feel like Penn State's don't look as good as ours, though. And maybe I'm just biased.
Listen, who y'all gonna get? Bama Bucks to be our sponsor?
Who?
Bama Bucks Bank. I mean, I don't know. I seen when I be down there, I see some.
I've never
we take
heard
Bama
of
Bucks. We take some
Bama
Bucks.
is for students at the university.
I know that, but I'm just trying to be funny. But listen, what bank? What's the bank in Tuscaloosa? What is the main bank?
I don't think it had to be.
It's going to be Bank of America. You're going to use Wells Fargo, Bank of Tuscaloosa. Who going to?
Yeah, Bryant Bank. Bryant Bank. I mean,
never heard of them. They ain't going to pay no 15, 18 million.
No, that's why I said I think national is the way you'd have to go. But I'm saying Bryant Bank is from Coach Bryant's family.
Well, they got the field, they got the stage. I mean, they got so much that they can,
but
make money with rights.
The question is, would it be worth? I guess not necessarily ruining the Alabama traditional uniform, but I'm saying, would it be worth throwing on a brand sponsorship like that on a jersey that is like
can you
quote
use
unquote
that money? Can you use that money to ante up or build up NIL? Can you use that money for the athletes because they're going to be wearing that jersey, so that they should get a cut of that, right?
Yeah.
So go find a sponsor. Listen. It's a copycat league, just like the NFL. We always said it's a copycat league. If somebody does one thing, you know what? Everybody else goes and does it. So, they're going to find somebody. If Notre Dame, if Ohio State, they're not going to let anybody get a leg up for money on them. So I promise you, Greg Byrne is doing his due diligence right now, trying to say, you know what? I'm on the phone right now. Be like, yo, we need y'all interested? You know how much TV coverage we get? You know how much boom, 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 we're Alabama. Everybody watches. You know how much exposure you can get from putting your patch, your logo on this jersey? You know how many millions of people will see that? Listen, yeah. So why wouldn't you take a regional a bank, or somebody that's a southern bank? Don't have to be a national. But I would be like, man, go. There's money down there. There's money in the state of Alabama. I mean, so I tell you what, the problem gonna be if they don't do it. I know who will do it. Look out for the Auburn Tigers, because it is the state of Alabama. So they better get the upper hand by getting that done right now to get that money. Because if it don't go to the players, you're talking about, upgrading your indoor facility, upgrading, the weight room, upgrading
We need a
whatever to
basketball
enhance
arena.
the experience. You need Coleman need to be different. That place terrible. I mean, and I think
it needs
now
some help.
listen,
It needs
your
some help.
indoor facility is so far behind. They need
Which
to
one?
upgrade that. When I remember when they
Wait, which
your
one?
indoor facility, the indoor practice facility.
Wait, no, come on, guy. Come on, guy.
Now,
First
if
of
you
all,
go to South Carolina, you go to Clemson, you
they
go to some of
know.
these Florida, the new indoor facility, they are behind. That's the thing. You got to be able to keep up, bro.
Well, what happened was, first of all, we set the standard, right?
You sound like you're coming from the hood. See what had happened was
no. What happened was we set the standard. Remember, because they had made
standard is over now.
They built the whole new facility like right when I got there. I think like 2012, 2013 was the final years. These guys had like the lockers and the trailers temporarily, and then boom, Alabama comes out with that big old weight room that I got to kind of really break in, right? Because it was brand new pretty much when I got here, and that was when everybody followed suit. So yeah, naturally, it's been what 12 years or so since that had debuted, and yeah, well, you've seen Texas, you've seen Georgia, you've seen Oregon, all these schools, they copied us. And we what we did was like the weight room went under like minor kind of updates.
Okay, but you missed the point. Y'all used to have the
no. So I will say no. Because they did like partial updates a few years ago, right? But I will say, to your point, yeah, probably the next few years or so. I mean, maybe not necessarily next few years, but if you want to try to one up the rest, yeah, you probably need to start thinking about, updating it again at some point. I'll agree with you on that. So yes, more money gives you more flexibility.
Chase, let your boy get us in the break, because he's gonna keep talking. Let your boy do this and show how professional I am. You ready for this, Chase? You can say you did it.
Says the guy that runs us over break every day. Every time he's on here, runs us over.
We're talking about uniforms. We're talking about sponsorship. We're talking about Lane Kiffin, SEC Media Days, wherever you want to go. We still got 20 minutes left in the show. Pick up that phone, 205-342-99-0. What's the last number, Christian? Whatever it is.
Cuatro.
4. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Hit us up, 205-342-9904 is the number to call the program, or go online, YouTube. We out there, X, you name it. Catch us live right here on the chat. Give us some info. What's your thoughts? Should Bama be concerned about other teams keeping that upper echelon? We'd love to hear from you. Right here on the Miller's Edge, we're on the Tide 100.9 WTBC.
Not bad. 12:30 WTBC. That's good though.
I don't AM ain't nobody listening.
I mean, you got to show love to everybody.
They online. They're on the Tide 100.9.
There's probably some people that's some old school folks that might be on the AM.
I know.
You got to show.
They're like, hey man,
some love,
you want to buy my cassette 8-track?
Oh my! Look at Dwight Thompson. Good job. Yeah, y'all treat this guy like he's like some. Dwight does a good job.
You a hater.
Good job.
You come across as you.
How am I hating? I'm just laughing.
I don't even do this. I can just come on here and be fight. Let's go, baby.
He said, "Good job, man." That's funny. Good job. Nah, he did a good job. He did a good job. Auburn brought to you by Radio Shack. They still open. I think they might have closed down, huh? Who's in charge of Bama looking into getting into sponsorship? So you have Crimson Tide Sports Marketing. So you got Crimson Tide Sports Network, Crimson Tide Sports Marketing, kind of one and the same. Guys like Chris Hand and that team behind the scenes, alongside I'm sure Greg Byrne. So I would say Crimson Tide Sports Marketing, and then with something significant like that, best believe Greg Byrne is definitely he would be a part of that conversation. It's a good question, though. Really good question. Bobby Sprinkle, what's up, man? What's up, my guy? Let's see your closet tour. Wait, hold on. Wait, whose closet?
Mine?
I don't know. I don't blame them for getting the bread.
That's you
but
right there in the
sit out.
window.
Yeah, I see that. I see that. That's from Clemson. You sit out of any football game because you didn't get picked where you wanted. That's super weak. If I was a sponsor, I would associate with any team like that. Oh, damn. I mean, people are still going to see the patches, though. Yeah, I think my brother had mentioned Regions is from Alabama.
Regions Bank from Alabama?
I think so. I don't have Regions, but I think he does.
My guy been giving me like little stuff like this, little pillow like that.
Oh, yeah, that's like the one that I think my mom got
one?
like but it's like a regular shape. It's like square shape. But yeah, no, those are always good. Who's doing that?
Like little throw pillows. That's me. This is my rookie card right out of college right here. That's me.
Do they do hats? Because everybody keeps asking about my Dolly Tide hat, and I
will show you a hat that I just got done. Not this hat.
I need to get these made because everybody keeps. Well, it's funny when they read it in English, it's like, what is Dale Tide? I'm like,
but you need to do like a signature. Your signature on the side, make it a signature hat.
Why I need to put my stamp on this, right? Because again, I mean, it means roll tide in Spanish. It's a new wave, right? I mean,
I got to step up my Viking game.
What do you mean?
Got to do that.
We need to get you like these things framed, right?
I got to get all these framed, but I got.
Is that your actual?
I was 55, man.
Is that your actual jersey?
Yes, actual game one.
Yeah, you need to get it framed, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need to.
Bro, it was so old. Look who our logo was.
Starter?
Yeah.
I wish you kept some of those, man. Those old like.
I don't know. The Giants was NFL was starter too.
Yeah, NFL.
Nah, this was the Reebok one, the Giants one.
I thought y'all had starter for the league.
No, because I was sponsored by Reebok for a lot of years, and had a big deal with them. It's crazy. But I do have some in Jersey. I mean, I got mine framed up too. I don't want,
we got to do it in an area where you got that light shining behind you, right? We need to.
I got a spot. I got a whole upstairs.
That light needs to be in front of you. All right. Then we put the jerseys behind.
Good to see you, Bobby. What's that?
Sprinkle. Get you like a little bookshelf. Throw a couple of your helmets on there. Boom. You know what I'm saying?
I got the helmets. I got my SEC legend, all that stuff in a thing on the answer more.
Y'all keep showing some love to the show. We'll invest in him a nice camera too, so he don't look all grainy, right?
I look grainy. What do you mean?
I mean, I have like a professional camera, so I'm just saying, like, if
I ain't got the money.
Y'all keep showing some love during football season. Y'all, get us some new sponsors, man.
I got a whole new thing upstairs. CJ said it.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm saying we got to get you get this camera set up, man. You'll be looking like you're on.
I ain't got no lights on, and it's just
ESPN, CBS News, or whatever.
I got to get some sponsors this year. I got to come down to the Tide and get a sponsor who will sponsor my segments.
Come holler at us. Here we go. And welcome back into this Talkin' Tuesday. This is the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. We got Mr. Adam Lamparello in the chat. Shout out to Lamparello Law Education at Lamparello-law.com. He said, hey, Corey, I'm enjoying a great cigar. You guys know the drill, man. rnrcigars.com, code Miller's Edge, get you 20% off all your orders. Make sure you guys check them out right now. He's showing his. Again, rnrcigars.com. And if you're looking for a place, go hang out, enjoy football season. Right, wraparound porch. It's got a really nice interior where you can sit back, relax, enjoy a nice drink as well. They've got the Alabama beverages, all that good stuff in there. Check them out. 2703 Gary Fitz Street here in Tuscaloosa.
Well, I'm inviting Crystal over. Crystal's on here. She says Crystal, come over to my spot over by my house called Crown and Ash. Come and enjoy a smoke with me. It's a VIP private place. Come check us out over on Sparkleberry. I'm gonna be over there all day after the show. Come check me out.
Hey, maybe not do that while I'm doing a read for. I mean, this dude is just
we just all
right. Let's see.
Man, you know what I'm saying? That's what makes the money.
No, that's how you lose money. All right. Starter year is cool, or
What?
starter gear is cool. Carson says, especially the team issue stuff. I like the old champion jerseys too. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I wish he had some of his
I
old
got some of that. I
like
got
those.
some of
No,
that
no, I'm
stuff.
saying like those old school like jackets. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
the
man,
windbreakers, like the starter windbreakers. Like they had the old school hats. You know what I mean? Like it's called vintage now, right?
yeah.
Like you could have had some stuff that was probably worth a nice little penny, man. It's fire. You can buy it, obviously, from vintage shops, but it's expensive. Like, yeah, I ain't trying to pay all that.
You see what Adam get me in trouble with his mom? Talking about he was supposed to smoke cigars because of me.
I see. I'd see. Told you, man.
I'm gonna break out my members only jacket, Chase. I watched the Michael Jackson movie for the first time at the cigar shop the other day. And boy, I'm inspired by Mike now.
Did y'all burn it or something? I mean, it's not out.
I don't know
yet.
how they got it, but it was good. I mean,
y'all probably pirating videos, man.
And this is
Damn shame. How do we always get so off topic when he jumps on me?
Every time.
I mean, it was like
every single time, Chase.
Listen, you ain't got this is dog days of summer. The fans are tired of talking about, this player. And listen, camp getting ready to fire up. Let me just tell you something now. That conversation we had yesterday had me so riled up about one, the money these kids are making. They pouting and they acting like babies, right? It drives me freaking nuts. They sitting here. Then last night, one of my guys that's in my men's group, his son he's a quarterback at NC State. And he was just telling me he's not even a starter, like how much money he gets. How he went and bought himself a brand new CTS loaded Cadillac. I mean, he's a reserve. But that's just the way it is. But I'm just like, man, to get a scholarship in years past, to get a look, to get an opportunity, bro, that you can go get listen, I ain't go to school to get an education. I'm just be honest with you. I want to play football. If I got an education, so be it. But I went to show people that I can play some football and I can get out the government cheese line. I'm being honest with you. I ain't care about listen. Just, hey, professor, can I just get a C minus that keep me eligible? A 2, man. I can be right at the 2.0 line. As long as I'm over that 2.0 line and I can get out on I don't care about all the other stuff. I want a shot to make money. That's what most guys were. I'm telling you. And guys would play this game. I love football. I mean, I love the game. This is what bothers me about these young players. They don't have any love for the game. They don't. They don't have any love for the game. They got love for the bag. They got love, and I get it. But can we have both? Can we have guys? I'm telling you, hungry and thirsty for something, man. Your desire, your effort, your intentionality becomes so different. And this is the problem with college football now. These guys don't have that anymore. I work with kids. I've done these camps, and it's hard to see kids, to spot out a kid that just have that hunger, man. That now this and that, and they got these uniforms. Bro, just be happy to go. I want to get in the deep, man. Be happy to go. If you can go to college and play football at any level, D2, whatever. If they pay for your school and give you a chance to be around a team sport, the camaraderie of guys and competition on a Saturday, bro. You know how blessed you are? I mean, these kids don't take this stuff. They don't.
They will when it's taken away from them. Not saying like some morbid way, but I'm saying, I'm saying once it's taken away from them. Not saying like something tragic. I'm saying once they no longer have it, they're going to look back and probably realize they didn't embrace it the way they should. Because I always tell people that all the time.
Like, man, I got $750,000 in the bank. I'm talking
about which is great. But one thing I can say is, money can't replace memories like that. Right?
No.
I mean, I've been very fortunate and still am very fortunate. And there's no comparison for, you know what I mean? Like those experiences, you know what I'm saying? Money can't buy those experiences. You can't go back in time and really embrace those all the locker room stories that we have, right? All those moments, traveling with the guys, right? The games, the big games, the special moments, and being a part of them, not just watching it, which that's great. Again, it's always special as a fan watching these moments, but imagine having the opportunity to be the moment, to be on the sideline during the moment, right? To be a part of that moment.
I mean,
I agree 1,000%
and if you
with you.
say
Let me,
anything to the, oh, he's old school, well, he hate. Ain't nobody freaking hate. Listen,
oh, no, I'm
it's
not
like,
hating at all.
you know, that's what, no, not you. I'm just saying these kids. I mean, if you try to challenge them, man, I'm talking about, I mean, I got friends that train kids. I mean, they don't have no desire. I had
Well,
one kid, one of my friends' kids say, and he's a high 4-star, 5. He got 40 something offers, and he said, and he played college ball. He said, "Man, Corey, you won't believe what this kid said." I said, "What?" He said, "We were doing the pulling the sled thing, and he was like, man, this is not going to translate on the field. So why am I doing this?" I'm like,
damn.
what? Like, and you got other kids looking at him, and he's all his mom and daddy. They posted about this dog. This ain't no dog. This a kitty cat. This
Hey, hold
joker's
on.
a
That's
kitty
messed up,
cat.
man.
He ain't got no toughness. He quit on the drill. And you talking about you gonna go to Alabama or wherever you say, like, bro, this ain't gonna translate on the
Yeah,
field. And
don't send him here. Tell him
I
don't
turn
come
on
here.
this
We don't
huddle
need no more
tape.
of that. Tell
You
him don't come
getting
here.
pushed around by 185-pound tackles, and you talking about watch me on the field. I watch you on the field. And how
Man, that
somebody
sounds
rank
kind of
you that
personal.
high is unbelievable to me. So all this stuff has screwed up. Excuse my language there,
Well,
but
let
they
me
have messed up college football, bro.
let me ask you real
It is
quick.
never going to be the same again, ever,
No,
ever,
it's not.
ever.
Well,
That's
you know what they say, man. You can't really squeeze the paste back in the tube once it's out. Let me ask you this before we hit this quick timeout. Given all the issues that we're seeing, what you're experiencing and describing is, these guys with maybe a lack of competitiveness, the desire, the care, the love of the game is no longer there. You were at once a pretty big advocate for players to be compensated,
Yeah.
rightfully so, because we understand we've been in their shoes and have done much more and much worse, right, than they have, because rules were different. You much more than me, and I had more experience more than them, because rules have continuously changed in favor of the athletes. That said, if you had to pick one or the other right now, meaning to go back to the way it was, whereas you weren't getting zilch, it was a scholarship. If they bought you a sandwich, you were at risk of losing eligibility. There was no transfers unless you were sitting out or a graduate, or let these guys be compensated, because they do deserve something, right?
Yeah.
If you had to choose one or the other, which I know that's very extreme, but it's sports talk radio, and I just think it'd be kind of interesting to get your thoughts. Which would you choose? Tell me on the other side, because we got to hit this timeout. When we come back, we'll have about a minute or so to respond to that right here on the Miller's Edge. Tide 100.9, 1230, WTBC.
Do you have cracks or potholes?
I don't have no cracks.
You don't have cracks or potholes? Well, if you do, shout out to Asphalt Restoration. Check them out today right here in Tuscaloosa. Asphalt Restoration. I feel like there's some kids that still have a little bit of that. Maybe not a bunch, but I think there's still some kids. But I almost don't feel like you should put all the blame on the kids either, though, because I almost feel like it's they're kind of a product of the environment, right? Like, meaning like,
That is so.
oh wow, what was that, a jersey I was wearing? Was that a Giants jersey? That's funny.
Yeah,
That was baby
Giants
me right
jersey.
there.
No, you have no jersey.
But I almost feel like it's kind of like a product of their environment, right? Like when they're, you know what I mean? Like in a situation where, I was just explaining this the other day, just talking about finances. Because I was saying these guys probably have such poor financial discipline.
Nothing.
Because if you think about it, if you're 18 years old and you just start getting $30K direct deposited into your account every single month, right? It's setting them up to have very poor financial discipline. I was talking about that with somebody the other day, but it's almost hard to blame them, because it's like, man, like I know like how I am, and fortunately, like I don't know if it's just because of how, I don't know, I'm just kind of born like that. I've always just been very, 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 when it came to stuff like that. I mean, not stingy, but I'm just saying I've always been a saver. I've always been very ahead of the curve when it came to that stuff. But I also understand that that's not common. So I can only imagine talking about kids that didn't really have the luxury of kind of like, you know what I mean? Like knowing what I knew when I was younger. And then just getting like 30, 40K just dropped in your account every month. That's it's almost hard to blame the kids though, to be honest with you. But all right, I know you're about to eat. Do you want to answer this question real quick? I got to close this out anyway. If not, I'll just answer it. But it sounds like it looks like you're grubbing pretty good right there. So
Of the action. Download the free Tide 100.9 app today.
And welcome back in real briefly on this Talking Tuesday edition. I was going to let the Pastor Payne answer that question.
I'm ready.
One or the
Real
other,
quick.
right?
Real quick.
Pre-NIL or post?
Pre.
You
Give
going
me
back
pre. Yeah, give me pre because I want the game back. I want desire. I want guys that are hungry. I want dudes fighting because they understand that, hey, baby needs some milk and diapers. I want that kind of attitude. Guys fighting for position, not guys who get beat out and then they start pouting and text mom to call, Ray called Georgia coach or whoever, I'm ready to get up out of here. I'm in the portal, blah, blah, blah. I do think that not the limitation now on the portal that will ease off some, right? Because you only have that one pass and then you stuck like Chuck. So, but give me pre, man. I'm telling you, if you sit around, one day I'm gonna put us together. Me, Seth Joyner, Pep, some of these old school players that I played with, Hall of Famer guys that I can get on this show and just you talk to and see the passion that not that they had when they was young. You know what they have? They have the passion at 55 and 60. That same drive in life, that same attitude, that same moxie, they still carry that. And they'll tell you the same thing. It stinks when you sit here and watch these little prima donna jokers. Like this guy from Tennessee got a $6 million deal, high school player. Unbelievable. And he did
He
nothing
might be a
in
hard
college.
worker. We don't know on purpose.
I'm just saying, go earn it.
I'm with you.
Then you tell the
I'm with you.
fans, hey, can you give to this and Garnet Trust? Can you give to this the program? The people need money. Yeah, I don't mind you giving money to proven people. Don't have a problem with guys that done made all conference, all American. I don't mind paying them the big bucks. I think you give them a little bit so they can at least go pay gas for their car, take the girlfriend to see the Michael Jackson movie.
I agree with them on that. And I hate to cut them off, but we got to get out of here because we're running over. That said, we appreciate everybody tuning in on this Talking Tuesday edition. Right here on the Miller's Edge. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. Hope you guys have a great rest of y'all's day. And we'll see you guys then.
You've been listening to.
All right, good deal. I didn't mean to cut him off while he was speaking, but we had to get out of there. I got to do better about getting out on time. Like to hear your thoughts on coaches on the hot seat this year if you haven't covered it. You mean like just making a list of coaches or speaking on specific coaches that are on the hot seat? Which one, Chelsea? Let's pull up a list of coaches that are probably on a hot seat. Because I'll be honest with you, off the top of my head, I don't even. I know a couple, but I would say Mike Norvell. Let's see. I would say guys like Mike Norvell, maybe. I don't know if you guys heard about the UNC
Beamer's
thing
on the hot seat. Dane Beamer's on the hot seat.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard about the thing with not Bill Belichick, but UNC, their GM, whatever that's. Bill Belichick, I don't know about that experiment. I would probably say he's potentially on that list. Hold on, let me throw this up here. Yeah, this has got Bill Belichick, it's got Shane Beamer, it's got Norvell, like I mentioned, Dave Aranda. Mike Loxley, Luke Fickell, Lincoln Riley. Chelsea put Dabo on her list. Dabo is just tough because it's like, I mean, the loyalty there, I mean, for everything he's done for the program. And I feel like they're kind of trending in a better direction now. Would you agree with
Wait
that?
a minute. No.
You don't think so?
They went 7-6 last year. You talking about they trending in the right direction?
What were they the year before?
7-6, and then they've been the last 3 years, man. Dabo hadn't done, and they've been in the Power Plus ACC.
No. But I'm saying I feel like they either started doing something a little bit better at the end of the year.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
Nope. Maybe I'm wrong. You watch them closer than I do. No, you watch them closer than I do. I'm just for some reason I thought that
they should be on the hot seat.
Oh no, you're right. They're 7-6 last year. They're 10-4 the year prior. That's on me. Yeah, I think that's. I think that's fair to put.
They play the weakest conference in college football.
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely fair. For some reason, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like I don't know. Maybe I was watching something else. Maybe it was recruiting. I don't know what it was. I don't know.
Mike Loxley, this is Maryland. All he has to do is win 6-7 games, go to bowl game, the people happy. Kind of like South Carolina.
but at some point, I feel like they probably want maybe some new life, right? Maybe see if somebody else give him a spark. I mean, he's been there for what? I mean, Locks has been there a while.
What is his overall record? Is it winning?
Let me look it up. I'll be honest with you. I ain't really keep up with them like that. Damn, yeah, I was definitely wrong on Clemson. That's on me. For some reason, I was thinking that they or maybe it was they started this. No, that's what it was. Didn't they start the season like really bad? And then at the end of the year, they kind of Is that what it was?
2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago.
Okay. I think it was last year. Didn't they start off with like several losses?
No, last year 7-6.
No, but didn't they lose a lot of games early on and then it got better?
2 years ago, they made the playoffs and got beat by Texas, remember?
No, I was right. No, so last year it was loss, win, loss, loss.
They won like the last 3 games?
They won their last 4. So they lost 3 of their first. That's what it was. They lost 3 of their first 4. Then it went win, but then they lost 2 back-to-back. But it was 35-24 and 46-45 to Duke. And then it was they won their final 4 games. That's what I was about to say. I want to say like towards the end they kind of, but I didn't realize the total record was 7-6. So without a doubt, yeah, I mean that's still total record was trash, but they definitely got better at the end of the year. Let's see, Maryland. Where did it go? Maryland football record. I mean, I think he's
not gonna get fired.
I don't know if they fire him, but I mean he's definitely on the hot seat. This is a
he already told him
Sony.
to fire him. Dabo, he's a cocky joker now. He told him, you don't like what we've been doing, just fire me.
He said that?
We said, yeah.
Dang. Maryland's record last year. Oh God, yeah. Oof. Maryland won their first 4 games and they lost their remaining 8. They lost 8 in a row. Yeah, Locks is my guy, but I'll be honest with you, I don't think he's there after next season.
But what's his overall record at Maryland?
His overall, I think the year before they also were 4-8. 2023 they were
when they're bowl team,
maybe 7-5. 22, I think also about 7-5. So it's been trending downward though. Yeah, I don't know how much longer he's gonna be there. Didn't realize Bill O'Brien was on a hot seat. I don't even know what his record has been. Oh, Smitty said 37-49 at Maryland, so he's sub 500.
Yeah, he's probably need to move on.
Yeah.
But again, it's Maryland. Their program is terrible.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I'm sure they're probably thinking, hey, maybe somebody can give us a little bit of a boost or something, give us some new life. Man, I'm tired, man. I need to get some food in me. What are you eating?
I had some leftover. It's called pasta bolognese, little round pasta with some beef or something.
I got pasta I gotta make right now. Don't fly
It
cooking.
was. I mean, it wasn't enough. It was only like a few bites, but it hold me over till I might go to get me a smoothie or something.
10-4. I think I'm gonna get out of here because I need to get some food in me. I probably need to take me a nap, man. I'm
All right,
trying.
Chad,
Any
we're gonna
last?
holler at you tomorrow's Wednesday.
Yeah, I
I'll
was
probably
about
be
to
on
say.
Thursday.
10-4. Why ain't anybody
When
hired
camp
Jimmy
starts,
Pruitt
I'll be
yet?
more of a reg. Camp starts, but working on this book. Check us out, man. I have all the stuff on Giants for Christ. This is number4.com. Release October. Official release is October 2nd. We're gonna have pre-orders probably beginning in September. So it's going good, man. It's gonna be a good book. It's gonna change lives.
We'll be on the lookout.
I'm
for
almost
it.
done with my second book. I told you that. I've been working.
How about you? Let's get the first one out first, and then.
Well, I was done. I'm done. My part's done. So I've been writing.
You've been typing. You've been using that AI.
No, I dictate, and I give it to the ghostwriter. I have a ghostwriter.
I'll just play. I'll just play him.
No, I
All
use
right,
Chat for Chat GPT.
No, it's
good
smart.
Too.
I would shoot if it was me. I would.
You don't write it for me, but I use it for different little things. Ideas, even too.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. That's smart. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta get some food in me. I'll probably take me a quick little 15-minute little siesta. Catch up on
bring
some
Jeremy
energy.
Pruitt back to Alabama. They'll bring the attitude back.
He definitely bring attitude.
I don't
back.
think anybody would care if they brought Jeremy Pruitt back. Listen, this is a
He's
forgiving
clear. I think he's
country.
clear now.
People forgive you. If he's clear, I'll be definitely hiring that.
But here's the thing, though. I mean, defensively, they perform well. Even though I get it, like yes, I think I having his time. But I'm gonna be honest with you, they're moving away from the Saban direction. Like they're like every year there's like less and less people from Coach Saban's time here. So I don't see that happening. But never say never. All right, chat. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Appreciate you as always. Hit that like button on your way out if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys then.